FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
Of all of the experiments I've done, I think that this one, The Year of Living Biblically, was the most radical, life-changing, profound even, and fascinating of all the years I spent. And it was an amazing year, and I just hope that I captured some of that enthusiasm and fascination in my book. It started because I grew up with no religion at all, in a very secular home. As I say in the book, I'm Jewish in the same way the Olive Garden is Italian, so not very. But I became increasingly interested in religion because I do think it's the defining issue of our time. And I also have a young son. I want to know what to tell him about religion. I want to know what I was missing by not having any religion in my life. So I decided to immerse myself, dive in head first, and try to live the Bible and try to follow everything in the Bible without picking and choosing, and see what enhanced my life and how it changed it and what made my life better and what maybe was not so relevant to my life. So the first thing I did was I bought a stack of Bibles, a literal stack, and I had Christian Bibles, Hebrew Bibles. A friend of mine sent me a hip-hop Bible, which the 23rd Psalm reads, "The Lord is all that," whereas the traditional interpretation is, "The Lord is my shepherd." So I read all sorts of Bibles, and what I did was I then assembled a board of spiritual advisors, because I knew this was a massive, massive project to try to take on the most influential book of all time. So I wanted as much help as I could get. So I got rabbis and priests and ministers of all stripes, and then I read the Bible. I read it from Genesis to Revelations, and I wrote down every piece of advice, every rule, every guideline for living that I could find. And by the end, I had this incredibly long list, 72 pages, over 700 rules. And they ranged from the ones we all know about, the 10 Commandments, love thy neighbor, be fruitful and multiply, so I wanted to follow those. But there were ones that are not as famous or more obscure. There's the beard, the don't shave your beard. So by the end, as Jenny mentioned, I had this huge appendage on my face there. You can see the progression. I spent a lot of time at airport security, as you can imagine, and got called ZZ Top, or that's on a nice day. Ted Kaczynski, I got a lot as well. The Bible also has a rule that in Leviticus, do not wear clothes made of mixed fibers. So I wanted to do that without picking, choosing, do everything and see what happens. So I went through my closet and I got rid of all of my polycotton t-shirts. That was one of the first things I did. There's another rule in the Bible that says if two men are in a fight and the wife of one of those men grabs the private parts of his opponent, then her hand shall be cut off. So I had to follow that rule. That one I actually didn't follow because I was able to spend a year without getting in a fight with another man whose wife was standing nearby and had a strong grip. So there were ones. But it was an incredibly challenging year. I mean, I don't think I knew what I was getting myself into when I started.